Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. This morning I'm going to be getting the vineyard ready for harvest tomorrow. What I need to do, I think I'm going to go down there and remove all of the clips from the nets. That'll give us kind of a head start, maybe a couple hours. Tomorrow we have to take off the nets and then pick grapes, put them in buckets, and put them into bins. I'll show you the bins in just a couple seconds. First thing I need to do is go grab the Brix meter. I have to see what Brix they're at. I tested them when we got back from Charleston and they were at 21. It hasn't rained since then, so I'm going to guess they're at 22, 23. But they're going to get harvested either way. I also need to cut some stuff to roll up the nets on. I'm not sure how well that's going to work. This is the original roll. Now we have 5 nets and they have to be marked because the rolls are different lengths. So I'm going to use this one and I need 4 more. I guess I'll just go the same length. I was thinking of rolling them up at 24 inches wide, but I'm not sure I'll be able to do that. Whatever, I'll get some stuff cut and set it aside. I also need to gather up my shears. I only have 2 shears, but we're going to have 3 people picking at any given time. There is the other shears right there. So I have other shears around. They're not the best in the world, so I'm going to have to grab them and sharpen them up so we have 3 full sets of shears. I also need to get some buckets ready. We're going to need, I don't know. I'll just get as many buckets as I can, clean them out, and get those ready as well. It's going to be a real busy day today, and tomorrow's going to be even busier. Okay, I got to collect a few grapes from various areas in the vineyard, and then put them in this little bowl here, and mush them up, and then use the Brix meter to see what the sugar level is. These are the bins that the grapes are going to go into. I don't want to take the covers off. They're just a smooth bin on the inside. We have a farmer, the next door neighbor farmer, is going to come over with his forklift and lift these onto the buyer's flatbed. Hopefully that all goes well. Last year we filled 2 of these heaping, but I think it's going to be a much better harvest this year. At least I hope so. I'm really glad that these have lids on them because last year we had to tarp the tops of them because we had so many bees attacking the grapes. When I go get these grapes, I'm sure we're going to see a bunch of bees in the vineyard as well, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as last year. Hopefully not. All right, let's go collect some grapes. Okay, we're going to start right near the end here. Grab a grape. Yeah, there is hornets in here, but we have more hornets on the hummingbird feeder than are in here, so I guess that's a good thing. Yeah, I'll give you a closer look at the grapes as soon as I'm done doing this Brix test, but they are looking fantastic. It's going to be a good harvest. That's 3. I'll get another one towards the end of this row and then go to the next row. Here's a nice one. Go with that. So as soon as I'm done doing this Brix test, I'm going to go one more row over. I'm not sure if you can see these grapes very well, but they are looking fantastic. Really, really nice. Last year, this time, there was hornets everywhere. There's a hornet right there, but they were just everywhere. The entire vineyard was covered with them because the birds had pecked holes in a bunch of grapes. So there's a hornet right there, and he's on this pecked grape. I guess next year I'll probably put the nets on a little earlier. Oh yeah, that rain plumped up these grapes a bit, so that might change the Brix a bit. It was 21 when I got home from Charleston, so I don't know. Oh, actually the rain happened before that, so I'm gonna guess 22 or 23 still. Okay, go right here. Oh, I probably didn't have the camera aimed very well. It's strapped to my chest, and it's not really the best way to point a camera. All right, here's one down here. This one was pecked really bad before I put the nets on, but it's doing okay now. Okay, I know you can see these, and you can see that hornet in there. All right, one more. This should do it right here. Aim the camera better. Come on. All right. All right, that's my cluster. Now I got to crush these up and take a drop of it, or a couple drops, and put it on the Brix meter. I guess it's a hygrometer. Then we'll know where the sugar is. Okay. Now we just crush them up a bit. There is the future wine. Just set it on the spoon like that. And take my sample. Okay, this is the Brix meter. Lift up the lens cover and get a little bit on there. It's going to squeeze out. Get a little more down here. Okay, and then I look through the lens. I tried to show you last year through the lens, but it didn't work, so you'll have to take my word for it. It's at 21. All right, I'm removing the clips now. I have the first row done and one side of the second row. It took exactly 15 minutes to do the first row. So it looks like about an hour and 15 minutes to do the whole thing, but I might be off by a little bit. So I'm going to kind of give you an overview of what it takes. These are the net-to-net clips that I used to fold the sides up because the sides were so long. And then you have another kind, the net-to-wire, and then you just find them. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not. And you grab it, push it down, and then pull it out a little bit and release it from the net. It's fairly simple. Here's one. The net to net are a bit harder to take off, but they're not hard. Hopefully nothing gets caught in this net tonight, but there's no way I'm gonna try to do this tomorrow while we're harvesting. Harvesting is hard enough without doing that as well, because we have to take these nets off and roll them up as well. So it's a good deal of work tomorrow. So you just gotta kind of look, looks like one is here, yep. Push it down and take it off. Massive amount of grapes right there. I'm gonna go through and give you one last look at the grapes. We won't be able to show them in detail when we're harvesting. We're just gonna be reaching in there, cutting them off and throwing them in a bucket. Yeah, finding these bottom ones is a little harder than the net to net ones. All right, I'm gonna plug away at this and I'll get back with you on the last row. All right, there's all the clips I took off. Now let's take a walk through the vineyard and take one last look at the grapes. Got some really nice clusters in here. There's obviously some spots that are much thinner than others, and we got some spots that are just packed with grapes. Last year when we were harvesting, I was really surprised at how many grapes you can get from one spot. You can just sit in one area and fill a couple buckets easy. I'm not sure how well you're seeing this, but there are just massive amounts of grapes on the inside, and that's where you want them, away from the birds and a little bit more difficult for the bugs. All right, I'm going to get to oh, I think I found a spot right here. Yeah, just tons of grapes in there. Next year, I am definitely going to be doing a better job of pruning. I don't want anything growing upwards, and well, you can't help it if it's growing off the side of one of your main shoots, but I don't want any of the main shoots growing up. It just creates a mess, like this right here. I think that is the secondary. Oh, it's hard to tell. But this is the kind of thing I don't want. I want everything down in here in the fruit zone. Anything that's above the fruiting zone, I'm just going to cut out next year. Like this stuff. It just gets pecked at by the birds and causes all kinds of problems. Yeah, look at the size of these clusters in here. That is just massive. Some areas have just massive clusters, and some areas have a lot of clusters of medium size. Yeah, that's just a ton of grapes in there, down through there. Good, good, good. All these are coming off tomorrow. It's going to be a long day. Getting these nets off, oh, I hope that goes smooth, so all three of us can concentrate on picking grapes. Natalie and I are both tall enough to get these off over the top, so if we can figure out a good way to get these nets off and get them rolled up, we'll be ahead of the game. I still have to cut those pipes so that we can roll them up in the aisle here. Not sure how any of this is going to work. This will be the first time rolling up nets, but putting the nets on went pretty easy, so hopefully that'll go easy as well. Yeah, I'm tripping on this. These nets really stick to stuff, so gotta be careful. This area right here lost most of its leaves to the Japanese beetles, so you can really see the grapes. I'm surprised the birds didn't get this much more. Alright, I am tripping on this net too much. I'm going to go up the next aisle and we'll get out of here. This is the very end of this aisle. Ton of grapes in here. It's got some bird damage. As I'm picking, I'll pluck out some of the worst bird damage, but you can't pluck it all out. Massive clusters through there. Yeah, bunches of tiny clusters. Kind of a thin area, but you never know until you start picking. Yeah, just tons of clusters in there. Beautiful. Get this clip off. We're going to have to go up and down each aisle before taking the nets off and make sure all the clips are off. I think I got most of them, but there's going to be some left. Yeah, there's a good amount of little green grapes this year. I don't know if they were like that last year, and I don't know what would cause that. I'm going to have to do some research on that. Alright, all is well. Now I'm going to go cut them pipes and I'm going to get everything ready for tomorrow. Alright, I have my 5 pipes for rolling up the net. That's all set. I have 3 buckets here. Each person gets 3 buckets, and I have 3 there and a whole bunch over there, so I have plenty of buckets at hand. We have 1 shears here, and I'm going to go look for another one after lunch. This is a nice one, but whatever one I find, I'm going to sharpen up for tomorrow. And I believe that's it. I just need to clean those bins tomorrow morning, and basically they just need a wipe down with some disinfectant, and we're good to go. So make sure you subscribe so you're notified when we post the harvest video. That should be pretty good. And if you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. I generally answer all of them. And if you give the video a like and or share it, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.